Hey everyone, it's Coach Justin here, and what you're about to watch is actually a live recording taken from my private Facebook group. I've been fortunate enough to be in the coaching space for almost a decade, and the principle that I'm about to teach you in this recording is single-handedly the most important principle that I have learned, and it is how to build trust with yourself, and what I like to call my word is my bond. So I hope you enjoy the recording. When I understood this concept, my life completely changed, okay? And I am guilty, I know this, of saying multiple things. The most important thing that I've ever implemented, right? So I know I am guilty of that. However, I really do believe that this is the number one thing that is the most important reason why I am today, and the most critical reason why a lot of people study this material for so long and never create results, okay? You have a bond of trust with your subconscious mind, okay? You've got to look at this bond of trust like a friendship, like your best friend, okay? Now, I'll give you a hypothetical, right? If you had your best friend in the world, that everyone has that number one person that they can just absolutely rely on, and they call you up and they say, let's go out for dinner tonight. It's our favorite place, 7 p.m. And you say yes. So you get dressed, you go down to the restaurant at 7 p.m. You get there 5 minutes early. They're 10 minutes late. They're 15 minutes late. You try to call them, no answer. Their phone's off. You wait around for half an hour. You're a little bit worried. You go home, right? They call you the next morning. Hey, I'm so sorry. I got caught up at work. My phone died. I didn't have a charger. You know that this isn't like me. Let's do dinner again. Okay. So you say, okay, let's do it. Same restaurant, same place tonight. And they do the exact same thing. They no-show you. How many times could that happen until you don't go to the restaurant? Some people are very forgiving. Some people it's 6. Some people are not so forgiving. Some people, they will say 1 or 2. But there's a number, right? There's an amount of times that your best friend that you trust and you love can do that for you until you say, I'm not fucking going to the restaurant, right? You're not showing up, right? So whatever that number is to you, understand that when you reach that point, the reason why you reach that point is because that person's word means nothing to you, right? Their word now means, could you imagine if you invested in this coaching and every second or third call you logged on and I just didn't show up, right? And then I called you guys after, oh, I'm so sorry. I slept in, I've got this going in my personal life. It's like, hey, great, but we don't know if you're going to show up, okay? So keep that same principle to your own subconscious mind. And this is what most people do. Most people say, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then they sleep in. Oh, it was only 15 minutes. I was tired. Then they say, I'm going to study. Then they don't study. Then they say, I'm going to open that Instagram account today. Then they don't open that Instagram account. So think back to the story about the lady who booked dinner with her friend and the word meant nothing. That's how most people live. Most people don't keep their word to themselves. Then you're doing auto-suggestion. You write out your goal, or you write out the person you want to become in the present tense, and it's emotional and it's beautiful and it's exactly what Justin asked you to do. But you're reading it, and your subconscious mind, if it could talk to you, say, you're full of shit. That's not you. And here's the thing. These are pretty wild ideas. You've got to understand that. If you were conditioned to do this, you'd already be doing it. Self-love to some people is a fucking wild idea. Being your own best friend to some people is a wild idea. Being disciplined, being consistent. These are ideas that for a lot of people are a stretch. It doesn't mean that they don't have the potential. It just means that right now, it is not in harmony with their conditioning. So when you stand in front of the mirror and you say, I am confident, I am consistent, I am disciplined, does your word have authority? Are you coming from a position of trust? Most people are not. Most people are lying to themselves all day long. Most people would never treat their best friends the way they treat themselves. They would never. Most people would never treat someone that they love and respect the way they treat themselves. The way they talk to themselves, the way they keep their word to themselves, the way they show up for themselves. Most people would never do that. So then as what happens is there's a huge disconnect. Then you stand in front of the mirror and you talk about how brave you are. You talk about how confident you are. And if your subconscious mind could talk to you, it would say, really? You lied about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now you want me to believe that you're confident? That dog won't hunt. So irrespective of what 4 techniques, and I'll answer the question, but we've got to understand the psychology behind it. If you don't get this, if this is the first domino that must fall. Because other than that, your subconscious mind will never believe what you're telling it. So on the flip side, let's say you're listening to this right now and you're saying, okay, I'm not doing this. The positive is you can build that trust very quickly. Okay, you can build that trust back. So how do you do that? One, you set yourself up to win. Okay. And so you say, okay, I'm going to stop telling myself, for one, things that I know that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to give myself completely unmanageable tasks and set myself up to fail. In the beginning, the first 2 days, 6 days, week, 2 weeks, I'm going to give myself things that I know that I'm going to do, and I'm going to affirm that. Right? Does that make sense, everybody? So then, as what happens is when you say, okay, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Your alarm goes off, you get up, even if you got one eye looking that way and one eye looking that way, you get up, and what's the first thing you do? You affirm, I just kept my word to myself. I'm building trust. You affirm that. Then you give yourself, your first instruction is, as soon as I get up, I'm going to have a shower. It's an underarm. It's a free swing. Then you have a shower and you say, I just kept my word to myself. I just had a shower. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a coffee. I just kept my word to myself. I've only been up for 20 minutes and I've got 2 wins and I've kept my word to myself 3 times. I'm building trust. Then study. Then auto-suggestion. And it's these little things. And you stack them on top of each other. But behind that is you've got to say to yourself, from this moment on, I would rather cut my right foot off than break my word to myself. Like, it's got to be so important to you. It's got to be so important. And then as what happens is you start building this trust quicker and quicker. And then, so 2 things happen out of this. Let's get really clear. The first thing that happens is when you're giving yourself auto-suggestion, when you're implementing affirmations, you're coming from a place of authority, of a bonding trust. So your subconscious mind says, well, this person doesn't lie to me if it could talk. So I know that if they're saying that I'm confident, I must be confident. So your subconscious mind is going to start accepting ideas 1,000,000 times quicker. And I mean, you could really get it to a point where you say to your subconscious mind, I'm going to earn $5,000 today. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know how it's coming. I just know that it's coming. Guess what? You plant that idea in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is in every cell of your body, which controls your vibration. The vibration controls your actions. Your actions control what you attract into your life. And as sure as it's going to get dark tonight and light tomorrow morning, you'll earn that $5,000. Your paradigm will start working for you instead of against you. That's the first thing that will happen. The second thing that will happen is you'll start doing hard better. Because you'll start doing hard better because when you start really stretching and you'll be faced with a decision, do I break my word to myself or am I going to fulfill my promise and treat myself like my best friend? You automatically start treating yourself like your best friend. Listen to this next part very closely, but you've got to earn that. Do I have the courage to keep my word to myself every day for the next 30 days, for the next 60 days?
Hey, you made it through to the end. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, or share.
Or if you'd like an in-depth breakdown of exactly how I've helped over 2,000 students globally
achieve both their personal and professional goals, click the case study beside me and enjoy.